Hey everyone, here's a song I've been recording. I have yet to finish the vocals, but I'm going to play a short segment of it, explain how I achieved each of the tracks, and finally make some observations about virtual instruments and their role in music. So here goes. Aside from the muted vocal track at the bottom, not one microphone was used in the recording process. That's right, this thing consists entirely of MIDI and amp simulators. The first 5 tracks are percussion. I doubled both the kick and snare performances on separate instruments to thicken them up, and left the overheads alone. Then we have a bass guitar recorded direct in and ran through a bass amp simulator. I did the same thing with the guitar, and thickened it up by doubling certain parts of the performance and running it through a second amp simulator. The remaining 4 MIDI tracks are piano, synth, and 2 string tracks, panned left and right. And it sounds like a song, doesn't it? Here's my take on virtual instruments. Music production, like any form of art, shouldn't restrict the artist to any one particular method, especially if that method diminishes his or her capacity to be creative. I can imagine a time when the electric guitar was skeptically frowned upon for fear it would replace the acoustic guitar, but rather it created an entirely new genre of music altogether. I can imagine pianists in the 1970s warning the world that synthesizers would always be inferior to the real thing, and that they should only ever be used to enhance the sound of a real grand piano. And then the 80s happened. The recording world has changed, and we have thousands of instruments at our fingertips. Music production has never been so easy, so streamlined, so efficient. Sure, these tools can be wielded irresponsibly, like a harpsichord can be played with a hammer, or a singer can strain his or her voice. But who's to say that virtual instruments can't be used in isolation from microphones? At the end of the day, the listener isn't worried about what amp head was used, or how you got that snare tone, or whether or not you recorded the bass direct in. What matters to a fan is the song, what feeling it evokes, and whether or not that feeling is worth revisiting. My advice is this: don't get caught up in tradition only for the sake of tradition. Sure, your hardcore audiophiles might be able to tell the difference between a real kit and a drum machine, but do they care? Record a great song, and I bet they won't. Thanks for watching. I'll be recording a lot more songs to come, so keep your eyes peeled and hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. See you soon.